Welcome back, HellDivers. It's good to see you again. In today's video, we're diving into one of the biggest questions in HellDivers 2. Which shield is better? The Ballistic Shield or the Directional Shield? As both offer protection towards the end user, but really, is there any pros and cons towards using one over the other? Or better off, which one provides a better overall usage against the many enemies we face? Let's break it down together and find out. First up, let's get familiar with the in-game shield. The Ballistic Shield is a classical heavy slab of metal, providing full protection from incoming projectiles, letting you keep your focus on the objective while staying relatively safe behind this massive bulk. The Directional Shield, on the other hand, is a pure energy defensive platform that offers more strategic flexibility. It blocks damage in a horizontal shaped direction, allowing you to stay agile and protect teammates in certain situations. Both of them are handheld and can be given to teammates to also use, so they both offer wider protection if you have a fast cooldown. There are other shields that are also usable in game, which are the Shield Generator Pack and the Shield Relay. These options are available to all players to access, with the Shield Generator Pack being similar to how Ballistic and Directional Shield act. The Generator Shield offers players a spherical 360 protection from all incoming projectiles, which is perfect to pair up with all armor sets. The Relay is more of a grounded stratagem that produces a much larger energy shield, capable of allowing users to shoot out of it while also being able to take heavy damage from all angles. The only issue with these shields compared to our main focus of today's video is that the Generator Shield is quite weak to use, only being able to absorb a few hits before disappearing on a long cooldown. The Relay Shield is very powerful when used in teams, but since it's stationary only stratagem, you can only use it once in a given area until you get a second time to use it again, so you have to be strategic when using it. Both of them aren't bad, but ideally having a mobile shield that doesn't take too long to recover nor take up too much space is what most HellDivers are looking for. So let's take a look at the Ballistic Shield to start. As you can see here, it's big, it's bulky, and it's perfect for a tanky frontline role. Whether you're leading a charge or holding down a position, the Ballistic Shield keeps most incoming fire at bay. It's great for absorbing enemy shots, but it comes with some drawbacks. While it provides great coverage from bullets, energy projectiles, and explosive shots, it can be a bit slow to operate with since you'll be moving at a snail's pace when using it. You won't be dodging around much with the shield, although the option to do so is there. Plus, it leaves you exposed from the sides, so positioning is key if you want to avoid being flanked. Its effectiveness can be expanded when placed on your back, as oddly enough, having it on your back can deflect damage from behind. This can be pretty useful against the bots who have a habit of overwhelmingly firing rounds after rounds onto you after you try and retreat. Equally, the Ballistic Shield can take more incoming damage than what the Directional Shield can offer. The Ballistic Shield durability and relatively coverage versus the bots still seems pretty good against anything lesser than a cannon shot. For example, one volley of devastating rockets towards the shield can be tanked fairly well, unlike the Directional Shield, which will burst after a few hits. Although not that great against melee enemies, it can sustain quite a bit of hits before the user becomes endangered. Now let's take a look at the Directional Shield. This one's a bit more dynamic. Instead of covering you in all directions, it gives you a vertical level protection, so you'll need to use it strategically. It's perfect for scenarios where you need to block multiple specific threats in front of you, like protecting yourself or your team from specific angles. The Directional Shield lets you stay more mobile, and is easier to reposition. You can quickly adjust to changing threats, making it a solid choice for players who prefer a more active role rather than tanking damage. Directional, however, can serve as a good short-term protection for both user and nearby teammates, meaning that they can move and mow down enemies together, and that wielder can easily cover someone when it's needed. It will not be destroyed from cannon shots from the bot fronts, for example, like Ballistic Shield would, leaving the wielder completely defenseless, but simply break and go into a recharged state. It offers a slightly better protection for arms due to its width, but it's almost flat, so enemies still can easily get an angle to shoot past it. And on top of that, the enemies can put the guns through your shield if they are very close, and just simply shoot the user in the face. Most noticeably, it can be effective on the bug front against the spewers and bio titans, and generally anything that will spew things at you. This is the opposite for what the Ballistic Shield can do to the bug front, and why many players avoid using it on the bug front entirely. So which shield reigns supreme? Let's compare. The Ballistic Shield is your go-to for sustained damage mitigation. If you're planning on standing your ground or needing something that just works for absorbing fire, this is your shield. Pairing this up with heavy armor, SMG with large reserves, and a decent support weapon with explosives will allow you to act like a mini tank on the bots and illuminate's front. This is what my go-to build tends to be like when using it, as you want to be as tanky as possible with how slow you'll be moving. On the flip side, the Directional Shield excels in more fast-paced tactical scenarios. Let's say you're in a tight spot, and you need to make quick decisions that will save your teammates. The Directional Shield allows you to protect yourself from enemies coming from specific angles, while also saving others who take cover behind it as well. It's a lifesaver when you're trying to cover objectives or protect teammates in a more fluid situation, and is honestly the best when you and your team all stick together and protect a key asset as one. So while one offers a more direct hold your line approach, the other offers a wide scale level of protection for you and allies across the board. So what about the shield generator pack? Now, while the video focuses primarily on the ballistic and directional shield, I do want to briefly cover the shield generator pack. The following provides a constant 360 level protection on all angles, which is perfect for those who like to get into the thick of things or genuinely want as much cover as possible. At one point, this shield generator used to be one of the most used stratagems in the game because of how absurdly strong it was on the higher difficulties. And while many players do still use the shield because of its level of defense, it has been nerfed to a more appropriate level. Similar to how Directional Shield is, the shield generator can work on all fronts no matter what and can absorb a decent amount of damage before it deactivates to recharge. It does have quite a long cooldown rate which can be difficult to manage at times, but its reliability of protecting us in the thick of things, while also allowing us to use our main primary weapon freely, does provide a bigger positive impact that both ballistics and directional fail to maintain. On top of that, because of how hands-free it is, you can also call in more of them and share it with your team, and this is something that a lot of players will happily accept at times. In the end, both shields have their strengths and weaknesses. It really comes down to how you want to approach combat. If you like engaging up close and personal while tanking a ton of shots coming your way, then the Ballistic Shield with heavy armor is the right play for you. On the other hand, if you prefer to be more flexible on the field, but also supporting teammates through whatever means, then the Directional Shield is better. You do need to be aware that Ballistic Shields are designed for taking on a lot of firepower coming your way, while Directional is more better at dealing with less frequent and heavy firepower. Understanding this alone will allow you to maintain a sustainable approach when using them on their given fronts. Also, Ballistic Shields can and will break if they take too much heavy firepower, while Directional will just need to recharge, so you really have to be careful as to where you want to use them for the bug, bots, or even illuminate's fronts. Personally, Directional feels like it offers more pragmatic action for us to make full use of the effects, whether on my own or in a team. Since it can be used on all fronts, I have found that I have better control over how protected I am, and with how customizable the game already is, you're never really sure on what type of loadout you wish to run with. But of course, all of this will be down to you to decide. So there we have it. I hope you all enjoyed the video. If you have any thoughts on the content or genuinely like what was shown, then please leave a comment, a like, and subscribe for more future stuff. It was great seeing you again, HellDivers, and I hope to see you again soon.